The hypothesis that all the continents are moving very slowly across Earth's surface. Continental drift. Continental drift is the movement of Earth's continents over time due to plate tectonics. Imagine trying to move a heavy piece of furniture across a carpeted floor, where it seems like you're making little progress at each push. This slow and steady movement mirrors the way continents drift across the Earth's surface, inching forward at a pace that is almost imperceptible. Just as each nudge of the furniture gradually shifts its position over time, tectonic forces beneath the Earth's crust continuously nudge continents along their paths, causing them to drift slowly across the planet's surface. The supercontinent that broke up 200 million years ago into the continents we see today. Pangaea. Pangaea was a massive landmass where all the Earth's continents were once joined together before drifting apart due to plate tectonics. Imagine trying to fit a massive jigsaw puzzle together, only to find that the pieces don't all fit just right over time. This is similar to how the supercontinent Pangaea once existed as a giant landmass and then gradually broke apart into the continents we recognize today. Just like the jigsaw puzzle pieces that shift and separate to form a new picture, Pangaea's landmasses drifted and rearranged themselves due to tectonic forces, ultimately creating the diverse world map we see now. A long mountain range on the seafloor formed by lava eruptions through Earth's crust, mid-ocean ridge. It is where tectonic plates move apart, allowing magma to rise and create new seafloor. Imagine you're trying to bake a loaf of bread, and as it rises, the dough splits in the middle, revealing a stretch of raw dough as it expands. Similarly, a mid-ocean ridge forms when molten rock from beneath the Earth's crust pushes upward, causing the seafloor to spread apart and create a mountain range. Just as the dough surfaces and stretches apart to reveal the soft interior, the Earth's crust splits and allows lava to emerge and solidify, forming new oceanic crust at the mid-ocean ridge. The formation of new seafloor by magma at a mid-ocean ridge, seafloor spreading. It is a process where new oceanic crust forms as magma rises and solidifies at mid-ocean ridges, gradually pushing older crust apart. Imagine you're trying to fit a growing collection of books on a shelf that's already full. This is like seafloor spreading, where new seafloor is created by magma at a mid-ocean ridge, pushing the older seafloor aside. Just as you need to make space on the shelf by shifting books to accommodate new ones, the Earth's plates are moved apart by the formation of new seafloor, with the mid-ocean ridge acting as the point where new books, magma, are added, and the shelf, ocean floor, expands. The theory that Earth's crust is made of moving plates, plate tectonics. It's the idea that Earth's surface is divided into large pieces that float and move on the molten layer beneath them. Imagine you're trying to fit a jigsaw puzzle together, but the pieces keep shifting slightly as you work. This is similar to how Earth's crust behaves, made up of large plates that are constantly moving and interacting with each other. Just like the puzzle pieces that don't stay in place, the plates of the Earth's crust are in constant motion, driven by forces beneath the surface, causing them to collide, pull apart, or slide past one another, much like how your jigsaw pieces might overlap or separate on the table. A deep part of the seafloor where a subducting slab bends down. Ocean trench. An ocean trench is a deep, narrow valley in the ocean floor, formed where one tectonic plate slides beneath another. Imagine trying to fit a thick blanket into a small, overstuffed closet where you have to push it down into any available space. This is similar to how an ocean trench forms, where one tectonic plate is forced beneath another and bends downward into the Earth's mantle. Just like the blanket being pushed into a cramped space, the ocean trench represents the area where the subducting slab bends down, accommodating the pressure and constraints of the tectonic plates above and below. The boundary where two tectonic plates move towards each other. Convergent boundary. In simple terms, a convergent boundary is where Earth's plates collide, forming mountains or causing earthquakes. Imagine two cars on a narrow street slowly driving towards each other from opposite ends. This scenario is similar to how tectonic plates behave at a convergent boundary. Just as the cars approach one another, potentially causing a collision or forcing one to rise over the other, tectonic plates move towards each other, sometimes resulting in one plate being forced beneath the other or causing the ground to crumple and rise, forming mountains or triggering earthquakes. The boundary where two tectonic plates move away from each other, divergent boundary. It is where new crust forms as the plates separate. Imagine you and a friend deciding to rearrange furniture in your living room, each of you pushing a couch in opposite directions. This situation is similar to a divergent boundary where two tectonic plates move away from each other. Just as moving the couches apart creates new space in the middle of the room, the separation of tectonic plates at a divergent boundary allows molten rock from the mantle to rise and create new crust, forming features like mid-ocean ridges. A break in Earth's crust along which rocks move, fault. A fault is a crack in Earth's surface where sections of rock can slide past each other, causing earthquakes. Imagine walking on a sidewalk when you suddenly come across a crack where the two sides have shifted slightly apart. Just like this crack disrupts the smooth path you intended to walk on, a fault is a break in Earth's crust where sections of rock have moved relative to each other. In both cases, the crack represents a division where shifts have occurred. On the sidewalk, it's the concrete slabs moving apart, while in Earth's crust, it's the movement of rocks along the fault line. A deep valley that forms as plates move apart. Rift Valley. A rift valley is a lowland region formed when Earth's tectonic plates separate. Imagine you're trying to separate a tightly glued sandwich from its wrapper, and as you pull the wrapper apart, a gap forms between the two sides. This is similar to how a rift valley forms when tectonic plates move away from each other, creating a depression in the Earth's surface. Just as pulling apart the wrapper creates a space between the sandwich halves, the movement of tectonic plates away from each other results in a deep valley forming between them. A crust plate forced beneath another at a plate boundary. Subduction. Subduction is when one tectonic plate sinks under another into the Earth's mantle. Imagine trying to fit all your clothes into an already full suitcase. As you push down on one side, something else inevitably gets pushed beneath or squeezed into a corner. This is similar to how, at the boundary between two tectonic plates, one plate gets forced beneath another due to immense pressures. Just as the clothes in your suitcase shift and compress to make room for more, the Earth's crust behaves similarly, with one plate diving beneath another in a process called subduction, where the suitcase is the Earth's crust, and the clothes are the tectonic plates adjusting to fit. The boundary where two plates scrape past each other. Transform boundary. A transform boundary is a place where two tectonic plates move sideways past each other, often causing earthquakes. Imagine you're walking in a crowded hallway and accidentally bump shoulders with someone walking in the opposite direction. This situation is similar to a transform boundary, where two tectonic plates slide past each other horizontally. Just as the friction and impact from the shoulder bump can cause a brief jolt or stumble, the friction and stress at a transform boundary can lead to earthquakes as the plates grind against each other. In both scenarios, the interaction is characterized by lateral movement, and the release of built-up energy, whether it's people brushing past each other or tectonic plates scraping along their edges. The soft upper mantle layer under lithospheric plates. Asthenosphere. The asthenosphere is a semi-fluid layer of the Earth upon which tectonic plates float and move. Imagine trying to balance a tray full of dishes on a thick, soft mattress. Just as the tray rests on the mattress, adjusting and sinking slightly based on the weight and balance of the dishes, the lithospheric plates sit atop the asthenosphere, which is a softer, more pliable layer. The connection lies in how both the mattress and the asthenosphere provide a supportive yet flexible foundation that allows for movement and adjustment, with the lithospheric plates moving similarly to how the tray might shift on the mattress. The movement pattern in a fluid caused by temperature differences within the fluid. Convection current. In simple terms, a convection current is when warmer fluid rises and cooler fluid sinks, creating a circular flow. Imagine you're in a crowded elevator and everyone is trying to reach different floors. Just like people in an elevator move up and down to reach their desired levels, warm and cool parts of a fluid move in a similar pattern. As the fluid heats up, it rises, similar to people trying to get to higher floors, while cooler fluid sinks, akin to people heading to lower floors. This movement creates a continuous cycle, like an elevator's constant up and down motion, illustrating the convection currents caused by temperature differences within the fluid. The rigid outer layer of Earth made up of the crust and upper mantle. Lithosphere. The lithosphere is the solid, outer part of Earth that includes the crust and the uppermost mantle. Imagine trying to open a stubborn jar lid that just won't budge. Much like that jar lid, the lithosphere is the Earth's rigid outer layer, composed of the crust and upper mantle, resisting change and movement. Just as the jar lid forms a protective barrier for the contents inside, the lithosphere acts as a protective shell for the molten layers beneath, with the crust being the lid's top surface, and the upper mantle acting as the twisting threads that hold everything firmly in place. The central part of the Earth, below the mantle, is the core. The core is the innermost layer of Earth, made mostly of iron and nickel, and it's responsible for generating our planet's magnetic field. Imagine trying to find the source of warmth in a cozy, heated room on a cold winter day. Just like the heater is hidden away but essential for keeping the room warm, the Earth's core is hidden beneath layers but is crucial for the planet's heat. The heater in the room is analogous to the Earth's core, as both are central sources of heat that influence their surrounding environments, even though they are not directly visible. The thin, rocky outer layer of Earth, above the mantle, is called the crust. The crust is the hard outer shell of the Earth where we live. Imagine you're holding a chocolate truffle with its delicate shell and rich filling inside. The Earth's crust is much like that thin chocolate shell. It's the outermost layer that encases the entire planet. Just as the shell is the first thing you touch when you pick up the truffle, the crust is the outer layer we stand on, covering the much thicker and denser filling, which in Earth's case is the mantle. Just as the chocolate shell encases and protects the filling, the Earth's crust serves as a protective layer over the molten and dynamic mantle beneath. The layer of rock between Earth's crust and core. Mantle. The mantle is a thick layer of rock inside Earth that moves slowly and affects how continents and oceans are shaped. Imagine you're trying to find that perfect middle layer in a sandwich that holds everything together without overwhelming the taste. Just like that crucial sandwich layer, the Earth's mantle is the intermediary between the crust, the bread, and the core, the filling, providing structure and support. The mantle, much like the sandwich's middle layer, ensures that the components above and below it stay in balance, maintaining stability and cohesion for the whole structure. Any process that moves Earth's surface to a higher elevation. Uplift. Uplift is the upward movement of Earth's surface, often caused by tectonic forces. Imagine trying to push a stubborn piece of furniture up a flight of stairs. Just like the effort you exert to elevate the couch to a higher floor, natural processes like tectonic activity push the Earth's surface to higher elevations. In both cases, there's a force working to lift something from a lower position to a higher one, your muscles for the couch, and tectonic forces for the Earth's crust. An energy wave caused by an earthquake, seismic wave. A seismic wave is a vibration that travels through the earth when the ground shakes. Imagine you drop a small stone into a calm pond and watch as ripples spread outwards from the point of impact. This is similar to how seismic waves behave during an earthquake, where energy is released and travels outward from the quake's origin, much like the ripples from the stone. Just as the stone causes waves in the water, the energy from the earthquake generates waves that move through the Earth's crust, with both scenarios illustrating how an initial disturbance can propagate energy through a medium. The dense sphere of solid iron and nickel at the Earth's center, inner core. The inner core is the Earth's hottest part, made of solid metal, which helps generate Earth's magnetic field. Imagine trying to find a warm spot on a cold winter's day by wrapping yourself in layers of blankets. Just like those blankets create a series of layers to keep you warm, the Earth is composed of several layers, with its innermost layer being the dense sphere of solid iron and nickel, known as the inner core. The blankets are analogous to the Earth's outer layers, like the crust and mantle, insulating and protecting the solid inner core, which is akin to your body being kept warm at the center of all those blankets. A layer of molten nickel and iron that surrounds Earth's inner core, outer core. The outer core is a hot, liquid layer of metals surrounding Earth's solid inner core, creating our planet's magnetic field. Imagine trying to bake a cake with a gooey center and a solid crust. Just like that cake, Earth's outer core is a layer of molten nickel and iron that envelops the solid inner core. The gooey molten part of the cake represents the outer core, which flows around the solid inner portion, much like how the molten metal flows around the solid inner core of the Earth. The transfer of heat energy from a warmer area to a cooler area in a liquid or gas. Convection. Convection is the process where warm air or liquid rises and cooler air or liquid sinks, creating a cycle. Imagine you're at a party and the room gets crowded, so you move to a less crowded area to feel more comfortable. This is similar to how heat energy moves in liquids or gases, where it travels from a warmer, crowded area to a cooler, less crowded area. Just like you seek out space to feel more at ease, heat energy seeks cooler areas to balance out temperature differences, creating a flow that we call convection.